Hey, hello everybody, and welcome back to CWK Live every Monday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm your host, Dan Z. Thrilled to be talking Star Wars with each and every one of you. On tonight's show, we are going to have a special guest. Mason Z is going to join us to give a review of a recent Star Wars children's book that is Showdown at the Fair, which we are very excited about. We're going to show you some of the latest Bring Home the Bounty updates, as well as everything that happened at Hasbro's Pulse Con last Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, our top 5 moments from Star Wars Visions, the twins. So let's go ahead and bring in our loyal friends who join us every Monday night, all the time. It's great. It's a great blessing to have all of you here for us. Again, I am Dan Z. Very excited to chat Star Wars with you tonight. Let's do this. So Minta is here, of course. This is the way it's CWK Day. Minta, welcome back to the show. Hello, Mary. I hope everyone is safe as well. We had some pretty crazy rain yesterday for quite a long time. A little bit of definitely a fall atmosphere, at least in central Illinois. Nicholas, metaphors be with you as well. I always appreciate that pun. Hello, Blake. Welcome back. Mason is here, of course. Hello, Mason. We'll see you very soon, buddy. Ross is here. Hello, Ross. Brian says, story time with Mason. Exactly. Good to have you, Brian. And Jason is here as well. Hello, Jason. Very good. Well, let's just jump in. We've got a packed show. So let's go ahead and see what's brewing in the world of Star Wars this week.
And now, let's see what's brewing in the Star Wars universe this week.
Minta says, I gave my oldest nephew a copy of your book on his birthday, and he loves it. Well, thank you, Minta. That's awesome. Well, hopefully someday I can sign it for your nephew. That would be so cool. LJ says, hello from the Haunted Mansion. Ross will give you my top 5. See you next week. Nice. LJ, yes, is at Disney World right now. LJ, thanks for chiming in, buddy. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Your pictures on Twitter have been great. It's been great. Well, enjoy. There are 99 happy haunts, and there's always room for one more, but LJ, don't let it be you, buddy. All right, what is brewing in the world of Star Wars this week? We've got a ton, and I mean a ton, of merchandise to talk about. First, let's talk about Bring Home the Bounty. As you know, this is week 2. Week 3 starts tomorrow, but because we do Facebook Live on Mondays, we're usually a little bit behind, but there's still a lot of fun stuff to share with all of you for this one. Blake says, LJ, have a beer at Epcot for me. There you go. All right, so the first thing, you've got on Shop Disney, you've got Star Wars Droids and Boba Fett from Star Wars Droids t-shirts. Those are very, very nice. And you don't usually get a ton of merchandise from those 2 animated series from the mid-'80s, so it's pretty neat to see that. Again, those are on shopdisney.com. Then on the left, you've got an incredible looking sculpt of Yoda. He's on top of a miniature of his hut on Dagobah, which is cool. On the right is one of the Gentle Giant. Basically, this is a concept Luke Skywalker figure. If they would have made a figure of him based on Ralph McQuarrie's designs before A New Hope came out. Really, really like those. Those are the jumbo mini figures that they've done for the Kenner ones. They're really, really nice. Of course, Kenner didn't make one, but if they did, that's exactly what it would look like. Mason digs it. Yeah, they're really cool. All right, so Love My Melon has another round of great Star Wars hats. You've got Grogu and you've got Boba Fett, I think, as well. It's pretty clear. We're going to start getting a lot more Boba Fett stuff, which is great. Minta says, I love the Yoda bust. Merry Christmas to me. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of good stuff. And look very soon for a Coffee with Kenobi Star Wars holiday guide coming to the website very, very soon. You may see these items on there as well. Mason really likes those. They're nice. I got a Mandalorian one last year, and I really love it. It's really cool. All right, what else do we have? Then we've got, for the ladies who like Star Wars and exercising, on the very left, you've got Star Wars workout gear, complete with a Santa Claus with a Santa hat. What are those, leggings? Is that what we're calling? Is that leggings? Yeah. And on the right, I guess, is Boba Fett in gingerbread style. In the middle is just Stormtrooper one. So those are fun too. I think those are her universe. Blake says he's gonna need that Boba beanie for the 2 months it's cold in Florida. Exactly. You'll rock it, buddy. And look at these blankets. These are very comfortable Star Wars blankets. Again, all these are on Coffee with Kenobi's website, www.coffeewithkenobi.com. There are links on the site to purchase these things. These look really, really nice. And then you have a Darksaber necklace from Rock Love. This is the Darksaber Kyber Crystal pendant. The box is on the right. The actual necklace itself is on the left. I think those are really nice as well. Not as action figure heavy this time around. Speaking of action figures, though, this is it. Hasbro Pulse Con was last Friday and Saturday, and boy, was it phenomenal. There were so many exciting releases. Some of these pre-orders already came out, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at these. First, we have, these are from the 6-inch line, the Black Series. This is Boba Fett from Tython. This is available in the spring of 2022. I don't believe the pre-order for this one went live yet. They didn't release all of them at the same time because it would be too difficult and too expensive to pre-order all of them at once. And you know how challenging it can be to jump online and get new exclusives when they come out. I know a lot of you here do that. And again, on the CWK Cafe, our Facebook group, people are really, really good about posting links as well, which helps. But this is great. It's got that amazing cloak. It's got, the Gaffney stick. It's got the blaster, and it's got Fett clearly. He's been scarred from being in the Sarlacc pit, but a really nice looking figure. Looks a lot like Tamir Morrison. Mason loves it. Minta says she could use those blankets during the winter months in Vermont. It's winter 7 months of the year, so pretty much the opposite of what Blake does in Florida. Darren says, oh, missing Christmas. Yes, I know it. Blake says that Boba Fett figure is a must-have. It's really, really nice. Let's see. The descriptions basically says, 6-inch, we already knew that. Premium deco and their action figure, and let's see. It's going to be available at most retailers, so that is not an exclusive. So when there's a pre-order for that one that's up, we'll be sure to let you know. Then we have Cobb Vanth. This one is a stunner. Look at how great the head sculpt is of this one. And really, really nice. Really, really nice one. That pre-order already did go out, I believe. That one was, let me check here. This one is also available at most major retailers. Available spring 2022. Cobb Vanth. A really, really sharp looking. Timothy Oliphant, of course, is the actor who plays him. And I think it's a really, really nice looking. Really nice looking. Okay. Then we have, in Galaxy's Edge, they have some exclusive Black Series figures you can only get at Galaxy's Edge or occasionally on Shop Disney. First, we have the 6-inch Galactic Creatures toy action figure set. It comes with Minok. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Whoops. I am right about the Galaxy's Edge part. Okay, so this one has, it's the 6-inch Droid Depot toy action figure. We've got K7R1. We have CB23, who I really like a lot. You've got the Pit Droid. You've got Babu Frick and a Battle Droid. So they're really nice. I think this is the only way you can get a Black Series version of CB23. CB23 is, of course, from Star Wars Resistance. Ross says, I was able to order Cobb Vanth and Trapper Wolf from the Black Series. Oh, that's great. And then Minta says, K2. Yeah, that's a nice looking one of K2. I'm sure there's been a K2 Black Series figure already. I just don't remember. Andrew says, I love these Galaxy's Edge packs. The first two they did were great. They're really nice packaging. Mason, again, is all over this. All over it. So there's the first one. Number one, not a droid. Cool set. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so this is what I was trying to say before, but I just was reading and not paying attention. This is the Galactic Creatures toy action figures. Again, 6-inch. You've got a Minok. You've got some Porgs. You've got a Bogling. And then you've got Kowakian Monkey Lizards. It's pretty neat. You've got the Salacious Crumb looking one. And then you've got the blue and gold one, which are pretty prevalent in Galaxy's Edge on Bad too. So that's pretty nice. There's never been a boggling in anything either, so that's pretty fun. Really fun. Mason likes these as well. So if you had to pick one, would you pick this one or would you pick the droid one? I don't know. I think I might be tempted to go with this one, although I do like CB23 quite a bit. We're not even close to done, everybody. There's a lot of phenomenal stuff. This is a first order toy action figure set. We've got the AT-AT driver. This is a first order AT-AT driver. You don't see these very much. This is the first time this one's come out. I think it's really, really sharp. Ben says, hi, everyone. I missed this group. Sorry I've been away. People should know better than to plan things with me on Monday night. I know. Isn't that crazy? Well, Ben, we are glad to have you back. Jason loves those porgs. And Darren says he'd pick the droids. Very good. Andrew says they're all available on Shop Disney as well, but I might pretend they're only available in the parks just to have an excuse to go back. Yes, they are available on Shop Disney when they are actually live for you to get, are available. You've also got the R5 Astromech droid. I really like this one because this appears to be a similar droid to the one that pilots the vehicle you're in on Rise of the Resistance. You've got a mouse droid, and of course you've got General Hux. So Andrew, help me out, or Ross. I think a lot of these are brand new just for this set. I think that's correct. All right, then we got really into the Mandalorian stuff, which makes sense because the Mandalorian's terrific. We've got Migs Mayfeld from Morak. The helmet comes on and off. The sculpt of the actor is really good. This one is spring 2022 as well. This is the first one from the Mandalorian line. And Mason says, nice. And Ross says, I believe they are new. I thought they were. I thought that's what they mentioned. All right, then we've got a very unique one, a very creepy one. I know Tom Gross thinks that. I'm sure my wife will as well. This is the Mandalorian and Grogu from Maldo Kreese. This is the episode with the ice spiders, and you can actually get a 6-inch series ice spider itself. Of course, they're not actually called ice spiders. Anybody know what they're actually called? Anybody have any idea? So I'm looking at the official description, and even Hasbro isn't listing it for us, which is sort of surprising. Yeah, it doesn't say. 6-inch Mandalorian and Grogu figures. Yep, doesn't even mention it. Fascinating. Now with more frosted Beskar. Yes, the Mandalorian Din Djarin has, it looks like his Beskar is covered in frost, which I think is a really cool touch. Ben's excited about Bill Burr as an action figure, of course. Mary thinks the spider is creepy. And Mason says it's nice/cool. Andrew says they are all new, even if they are the same molds like Hux, but they have new paint applications. Yeah, they're very sharp. Very sharp. So you've got a 6-inch version of this. Ice spiders are cute when they're small, not when they're huge. Yes, I agree. I don't think they're very friendly when they're huge either. All right, now this one to me is great. This is a Black Series Force FX Elite Lightsaber, available the fall 2022. So it's going to be a while for this one. The retail price is $264.99, but so it's not cheap. Oh yeah, they're Krinkas. Those ice spiders are Krinkas. Krynka. Thank you, Ross. Appreciate that. So yeah, this is Leia's lightsaber from the flashback sequence from the Rise of Skywalker, naturally. And it's really sharp. They have one right now. In fact, you can usually see it behind me on the shelf. This is the one I got from Galaxy's Edge. This one is the Hasbro version. It would be great to compare the two of them. But the detail is stunning. And much like the one at Galaxy's Edge, you unscrew the top to put the blade in, and you put in a different one so that you can actually put it out on display, because the blade fits differently based on the top part, the emitter part as well. To explain that in a review, probably. Darren says nice, and Minta really wants this one. She and Mason both, when they're excited about when they hit that caps button, because they really exclaim, "Hey, check this out! This is awesome!" And you are both 100% correct. I think it's a very stunning lightsaber. All right, this one is really nice too. Mary also bought the Galaxy's Edge one when they were there, October 1st. Jason says Leia's lightsaber is beautiful, definitely fitting for a princess. Well said. So this is the Navarro Cantina playset, which was nice. We haven't had a ton of playsets. They are for 3 3/4-inch figures. The retail price on this one is $52.99. It's available this spring of 2022. And I believe, let's see. You can basically, it says you can combine with additional Navarro cantinas to create a full scene. Serves as a great gift for Star Wars fans and collectors, naturally. It also comes with a figure. It comes with a Death Trooper, which you can see that on the box on the right, and you can also see it out of the box on the very, very left. So if you want to set up a little sequence, an action sequence, this is a cool one. Mason digging this one. Yeah, I like how the drinks and the ambiance on the bar itself. You've got the doorway you can walk through, the stools themselves. Really cool. All right, and then we get into the vintage line. As many of you know, they stopped shortly after Solo came out. They didn't have a ton of them for Solo. They didn't even sell a Solo Han Solo action figure on a Solo card. They basically just said, look, all the 3 3/4 inch figures, which are the classic sizes you know and love from as you were a kid, they are the ones. Now that when they're sold, they're all on the vintage card set. It's pretty much all I collect now for these, and then but mostly the retro line really. But these are still really nice. These are still very nice. Andrew says these play sets they've been doing are so great, simple but great for displaying your figures. Exactly. Mason says cool. Christopher is here. Hello, Christopher. He says he loves the new Black Series figures. They are very nice. And Christopher, thank you so much for joining us. We're happy to have you on the show for sure. All right, so these are all coming out in the summer of 2022. Let me try again. 2022. This is an Anakin Skywalker figure, of course, on the left from the Phantom Menace. It's a photoreal face deco, and you can tell by the expression itself. It's got Kenner-inspired packaging. On the right, you've got Mace Windu, inspired from Attack of the Clones, and I think the cloak on this is maybe the nicest cloak I've seen in these Star Wars 3 3/4 inch figures. It's just really, really nice looking. Again, summer 2022. All these vintage ones are 2022 this summer. On the left, you've got Ahsoka Tano, which is cool, inspired by Star Wars, The Clone Wars, of course. This one is again the summer 2022. Very, very nice looking. Fans are going to love this one. And then on the right, you've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, also inspired by Attack of the Clones. Really nice one. I like the hair on this one. Look at the bottom of his lightsaber. It looks like it's kind of extending out on the bottom where the light's coming out. And Mason says, no way. I love the enthusiasm, Mason. That's very, very good. All right, speaking of 3 3/4 inch figures, on the right, you've got the Death Trooper that we talked about earlier. And on the left, if the 6-inch Krinka for the Black Series is not enough, and you just have to have one for your 3 3/4 inch line, you've got the Mandalorian himself with Grogu on Maldo Kreese with the Krinkas. Again, $26.49 retail. This is available the spring of 2022. So even if we're able to get these pre-orders in, Minta says sweet, and Mason says nice. If you get your pre-orders in for these, you're still gonna have to wait a while, but they're cool. Speaking of cool, look at these. We've always had some great troop builder sets. There was a nice Stormtrooper set that came out recently. This one comes out the spring of 2022. This is the 3 3/4 inch Rebel Fleet Trooper pack. They were very excited about this one. It's got Kenner-inspired packaging, but you're actually getting a little bit of diversity here. You finally get a black character that is a Rebel Fleet Trooper, and it's the first time you've ever had one as an action figure, so I think that alone is worth the price of admission. Really, really nice. This is available the spring of 2022 as well. $41.99 for 4 action figures with incredible sculpts, and again, the first black action figure of the Rebel Fleet Troopers, and I think that's pretty cool. Chris says the Mando is awesome. Darren agrees. Those Mando figures look good, really good. Ben says, is it wrong if I wanted one of those ice spiders to freak out my wife? No, Ben, way ahead of you, buddy. Not wrong at all. Jason says the Rebel Fleet Troopers are sweet. And Chris says, OMG, I need more Rebels. Yeah, they're nice. They're nice. But if you think that's cool, if you haven't seen this yet, I'm going to do a drum roll for this because this thing is mind-blowing. HasLab has got a new thing. The Black Series Rancor. Now we've had the HasLab Star Wars stuff before. We had the Razor Crest, we had Jabba's sail barge, but we've never had one exclusively. I'm so excited I can't even say the word exclusively. Exclusively for the Black Series. So the 6-inch figures. On the right, you see a Stormtrooper. That is a 6-inch Black Series Stormtrooper. On the left is your cuddly friend, the Black Series Rancor from HasLab. This thing is $349.99. Now that is a lot of money, but this thing is massive. There's never been anything like it before. It started October 22nd, and it lasts till December 6th, 2021. So the way it works for HasLab is they make really, really nice things that you wouldn't normally be able to mass produce because they're just so expensive to create. So they have to have a certain amount of people that back this. If a certain amount of people sign up for it and purchase it, then they will be able to make them. They are looking for, let's see, I think it was, they said they need the backers by December 6th of 2021. They want to sell 9,000 of these. And I think every 1,000 after that, they have additional things they add to it. So let's look at some pictures of this thing because it's amazing. Andrew says to jump on the all caps bandwagon. Yes, exactly. Minta says, holy Rancor, that's amazing. Christopher says that Rancor looks amazing. I would love to have one. Amber says, hello, Amber. Good to have you back. All right, so this is the first picture of this thing. So it's 17.5 inches tall. That is really tall. Really tall. Brian digs it too. So that's how tall it is when the hands are down. Put the hands up. Look at this thing. 27 inches tall. This thing does not mess around, just like the Rancor in Return of the Jedi. It's huge. Yes, Christopher says that's big. It's really big. It's 42 inches wide. So this thing is fully articulated on the actual live stream itself. You saw the creators and designers of this thing. Speaking of the live stream, if you watched the whole thing or watched certain parts of it, you may have seen me on the live stream itself. I was part of a fan wall with some other Star Wars influencers, and you got to see my reactions to some of these things live, which is pretty fun. So I'll try to find a screenshot of that and put it in the cafe just for you to see it. Amber says she's not contributing to the top 5, but we'll listen. No problem, Amber. Happy to have you. Ben says puts Michael Jordan to shame. Now, come on, Ben. Let's not get crazy. All right, so look at this one. They took that poor Stormtrooper and they just to show you the articulation of what this thing can do. The jaw opens. You can apparently fit an action figure in its mouth. Ross says you can put a referee jersey on the Rancor with its hands up for field goals and touchdowns, multi-purpose. Yes. And it still won't call any penalties on Tampa Bay because they don't commit any, which I don't really disagree with, by the way. The Bears just were terrible. But anyway, back to Star Wars. Andrew says one of the designers was saying that the Rancor's hands are as big as his. Yes, and just look at that. You can tell. Here's the other HasLab items they've made, and here's the scale of them. On the left, you had the Jabba sail barge, which has already come and gone. Then you've got the Razor Crest in the middle, and those two are not available anymore. Those were previous HasLab campaigns. And on the right, you've got the Rancor himself. Again, that's the only one that is exclusively for the 6-inch Black Series line, so that's what it's going to go with. Yeah, so someone posted somewhere on social media, every time HasLab makes a Star Wars item, they end up getting destroyed. So, and I guess that's kind of true based on that, isn't it? So yeah, a lot of merchandise for sure. A lot of merchandise. But speaking of merchandise, we have got a special treat for you tonight, friends. My son, Mason Z, is going to join us, and he is going to talk about a new Star Wars book that came out recently for kids. It is called Showdown at the Fair. Boy, I'm stumbling over my words tonight. Showdown at the Fair by George Mann, the author of many great Star Wars books. He wrote a couple of Star Wars horror books. He wrote one Star Wars horror book, which was a collection of short stories. And then he did some Legends and Fables of Galaxy's Edge, which are great fun. But he's also done a children's book. So Chris says, yay, Mason. So Mason, come on down, buddy. Come on down. Mason usually watches the show upstairs. Hey, here he is now. So, hey, buddy. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Got the book with you?
Nope.
Nope.
I'll go get it.
Okay, he's going to go get it. All right.
Be back in however long it takes.
Okay, he's going to go to Lightspeed and go get the book for you. So this is called Showdown at the Fair. Andrew says, I'm really looking forward to this review. The Great Jedi Rescue is one of my son's favorites. Hopefully this one will be just as good. Awesome. Yeah, Mason is here on the show. He's running up to get the book right now. He's going to talk all about it. We've read it a couple of times. Alex says, hey, everyone. What's up, Mason? Hey, Alex. Good to have you, man. Hopefully, those of you who added questions for Becky Menken on the show we did a couple weeks ago, answering your questions about this Galactic Star Cruiser, hopefully you got to hear her answers. Alex, yours was one of the ones that we did as well. Chris says, love it. Ben says, when do they stop growing? I know, right? It's not fair. Mary says, yay, Mason. And Mita says, Mason. Yep, I can hear him coming down the stairs right now. All right, buddy. I'm going to move the microphone so you can do your thing.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so let's show them the book. This is called, again, Showdown at the Fair. So just overall, thank you. Overall, tell us what the book's about.
It's about a Wookiee Jedi named Guryaga. And
Buryaga. It's a tricky name. Yeah.
And the Nile attack affair that he's at, that the whole Outer Rim goes to.
Yes, that's true. That's a really good explanation. So this is the first time Mason has read anything of Star Wars: The High Republic. But we've been talking about it, of course, on CWK Live, and he's been very, very excited to do it. So what do you think was cool about this one that was different from other Star Wars stuff that you've looked at before?
I like how there's like stickers in this, and I like the stickers in it.
Yes.
And I like how they put the title.
Yeah, at the very, very bottom. Yeah, on the front, we'll put the cover up again for you. It's got Buryaga deflecting some blast from an invasion of the Nile. Now, if you've ever read, oh gosh, yeah,
Light of the Jedi.
No, not Light of the Jedi. You've got wow, you've got someone tongue-tied. So Kevin Scott, he did his first, not his first. He's done a lot of books for the High Republic, but this is basically a kid's version of what happens at the end of Kevin's book. Help me out with the name, somebody. Rob's helping me out. I'm blanking out on the book. But at the end, there's this big climactic thing. It's over 100 pages long, which shows what happens on this fair, at the Republic Fair, which was a big deal. There's some beautiful...
Into the Dark?
Into the Dark, yes. Wait, no, not Into the Dark. It is The Rising Storm. Yes, we were prepared, aren't we?
I was just going back to
The Rising Storm. And Andrew says, ooh, nice, my son will be hyped to get more Star Wars stickers. And Joseph says, cool t-shirt, right? It is a cool t-shirt. So there's some gorgeous artwork in this thing. Some great pictures of the fair itself. It actually kind of fleshes things out a little bit because, your imagination does some things, then this fills in the blanks. So tell us a couple of things in the book that you thought were really, really cool, Mason.
I think these droids right here are very cool.
Yes, they are.
I like Buryaga.
Okay, they're like, it says they're scav droids.
Scav droids, yeah.
Yeah. It's got a great sequence where Buryaga has to calm down when he's panicked and worried and knock all the droids off. Take a deep breath. Exactly, that's how that might work. That's how that might look. Good, what else about this book? Oh, that's some cool pictures too.
I like this picture.
Yeah. It's great. How long would you say it took to read the book?
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. So it's a nice read. There's some good challenging vocabulary in it. Of course, Mason is a very accomplished reader, reads all the time. And when I said, hey, do you want to review this book on CWK Live, he said,
yes!
He was very excited. You did a great job. In fact, you did such a great job. I'm going to give you some applause. So, Ben says, a good gift for a 7-year-old? Definitely. Mason is 8, and he loves it. Andrew says, Burry is such a great character for kids. I love how empathetic he is. A great role model. Yes, it's a fun book for kids. It takes some of the adventures from Kevin's book, and then redefines it for
Rising
us.
Storm.
Rising Storm, yes. Kevin is the author. Yeah. So
and the 2 characters from the Rising Storm. Stellan Geos, and...
Yes, good job. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
Oh, right there.
And Padawan Bell Zettifar.
Bell Zettifar. Yep, there's some great
with
images.
the, like, fire pet.
Yes, yeah. So Mary says great job, and Ross says great job, and Amber's thumbs up too. So you would say 2 thumbs up, totally recommend?
4 thumbs up.
4.
My big toe, my other big toe, and my 2 thumbs.
There you go. Doesn't get much for that. Well, again, Mason, thank you so much. Thanks for reviewing the show for us. All right.
Bye-bye, book.
Woo. Awesome. Very good.
Give me another applause.
Yay. All right, thanks everybody. That was great fun. I knew he'd do a great job naturally. Oh, awesome. Well, look at that. William's mom, Nancy, says, great review, Mason. William wants to read it now, too. Well, thank you for joining us, Nancy. We really appreciate that. So fun. Mason's going to be very excited. Thanks, everybody, for your support of the little man. He did a great job. So today we're going to talk about top 5 moments from the Star Wars Visions episode, The Twins. Brian says, nice job, Mason. Joseph said that was fun. Jason says, Mason and my son are a lot alike. That was great. Well, good. Well, we will certainly have Mason do some more reviews. Absolutely. So tonight, top 5 moments from Star Wars Visions, The Twins. Minta and Mary say thank you and give you a round of applause, buddy. We'll do one more. Oh, that's so fun. So fun. All right. So The Twins, right? A very interesting episode. I got to be honest, when I first saw The Twins, it didn't blow me away. In fact, it was my least favorite of the Star Wars Visions episodes. But this time when I watched it, I really grew to appreciate it quite a bit more for whatever reason. So let's go ahead and jump into our top 5s. Let's see. Okay. Number 5 for me, I have is the face-off. When the two of them get ready to duel one another, like there's this great moment where the armor, like for, let's see, we got the name of these twins. I wrote them down. We've got Car and we've got so Car is the male twin, and he has this moment where he basically loses all of his armor and he just gets right into battle. Actually, no, he doesn't seem to really want to fight initially, which I thought was interesting. It looks like the camera got a little blurry. Let's fix that. Okay, that should be a lot better. Hopefully I look a lot clearer now. At least on mine it didn't look so good. So yeah, the face-off was cool. Minta says, the opening scene reminded me a lot of the beginning of A New Hope. Yes, definitely. Brian's number 5, the reveal of the Kyber crystal in the chamber on the Star Destroyer, which was a very fun twist. Blake's number 5, the family aspect. Star Wars at its core is about family and the fact it was about siblings, which is something that he loved. I love that too. Jason Kari not wanting to harm the stormtroopers who are trying to stop him reminded me of the Bad Batch. Yeah, I thought about that too. I thought about that one too. And then Nicholas, the armor, the designs are very reminiscent of Vader. I wonder what kinds of power the armor grants the twins, given that they are powerful enough to breathe in space. Yeah, that's where you certainly got the anime style. They take a lot of liberties with physics in Star Wars, which is fine because it was very creative and very compelling visually. This is a spectacular episode for sure. Ben's number 5. All the clever ways they use the kyber crystals, making the lightsabers go really long. Carving through the ship, 6 lightsabers from whipping, wrapping around things, lightning, very creative. Yes, it was. Good call. Mary says, the whole dome maneuver, I really appreciated this episode much more as I rewatched it. Yes, same with me. And that was a really cool episode, or a cool moment. Ross is number 5. Initial shot of the conjoined Star Destroyers in space, something new I had never thought possible. Isn't it fun to see something that you're so familiar with, and then they give it a new twist? I love that too. Jamie says, hi everyone, sorry I'm late. Looks like I'm here just in time for the top 5. Number 5 for me is the 6 saber blades from Cool. Well, Jamie, you are not late. We saved your seat right at the front of the class, buddy. Good deal. Mason's number 5 is the same as mine, by the way. So that worked out very, very well. In fact, he and I basically made our list together. So let's go ahead and jump into number 4. Number 4 for me, the dark armor. I love how we've got 2 versions of the armor. I think I liked Kari's a little bit more, but they're both cool. Again, it's a familiar version, a familiar look, because it's got the Macquarie-inspired Vader armor. but it's got a different twist. It's got an anime flavor to it, and I just really liked it. I thought they were very stunning. In fact, even when I wasn't as sure about this episode, I love the armor from the get-go. Number 4 for Brian. The Hyper Cannon reminded me of the wave motion gun from the Star Blazers anime cartoon. Oh, that's good. I'm sure that's not an accident either. Jason, Kari, and each having their own trusty droid version of C3PO and R2D2. Yes, that's an honorable mentions. Mason and I love those droids and that kind of twist. Kind of cool that Kari had the R2 version, reminding me of Luke and R2D2. Minta, Kari's vision revealed to his sister, a pretty intense scene there. Yeah, kind of like they froze time. Thought that was cool too. Nicholas, the Gemini Star Destroyers. I would love the design as two Star Destroyers fused together. The design feels like something that would appear in a Star Wars movie. Yes, it did. Mary, I'm basically becoming Grievous after taking the Kyber Crystal. I thought about Grievous too. I'm sure a lot of you did. That was neat. Blake says, I'm with Ross with my number 4 pick. The conjoined Star Destroyers felt like something we've read in old legends, but fits so well in anime form. Yes, it did feel like something from like some of the old Marvel comics or something like that. Ross, Om's droid B20N as a narrator helping to set up the story. Yeah, that was neat. I like that too. Ben, Kari slams his helmet to the ground and makes his armor explode. It's a symbol for him completely shedding the dark side. I love it. Yes, I would love to see what motivated him to take that massive leap and change his fate. You don't see that very much with the dark side, but he seems very much at peace with what he's doing. It makes you wonder how he's raised in the dark side and what happened. There's got to be a lot of great story there. Number 4 for Jamie, the droids each sibling had their own R2D2 R duo. There you go. And C3PO with matching sounds. Yeah, I like that. I like incorporating those sounds, those familiar sounds of R2D2, but a different kind of a twist. And again, Mason's top 5 is the same as mine because we made these together. I don't know if we'll do that all the time or not, but let's kind of see what happens. So speaking of what happens, we're going to go to number 3. Number 3 for me is the theme of duality. You know, you've got twins. You've got the 2 Star Destroyers. You've got 2 different kinds of lightsabers. You've got different aspects of the Kyber Crystal. You've got the twin suns at the end. There's a lot of stuff with duality. You've got the R2 version on one. You've got the C3PO version on the other. There's a lot of 2. So Two-Face from Batman would be just love this one. But I thought that was just a clever use of seeing that motif show up again and again and again. And I thought it was terrific. Very intelligent. Brian's number 3. Kari cutting a Star Destroyer in half with a lightsaber. I was secretly waiting for him to scream out, I have the power. Ooh, yeah, totally He-Man there, wasn't it? Totally. Jason, Kari's humor. Don't worry, our duo. Everything's going to be fine. They won't find us. Okay, you told me so. They capture the Star Wars sense of humor very well. Yeah, I agree. And Star Wars, I think, it has to have a little bit of fun and humor in it, and it's nice to see that in this. Nicholas, the artwork, everything closely resembles the Star Wars saga, but with slight yet noticeable differences to make what I call McQuarrie askew. McQuarrie askew is great. You should coin that right now. I think that's a great description. Minta's number 3, the dark armor. The style is beautifully designed and how they work for each twin. Yes, very good. Mary's number 3, the ending with Kari sitting on top of the X-Wing with the twin sun setting, knowing that his twin sister was still alive. And he was at peace with that, and that was really nice. Ross's number 3, the Kyber crystals being at the heart of the battle for good and bad in a unique way. Yes, very good. And Ben's number 3, Kari stops the Sun Blasters Kylo Ren style before he gets rid of the threat. The troopers, he apologizes, don't know why I love this so much. It was neat. I thought that was important because it showed again that he was a good guy. He was embracing the light side of the Force. Blake's number 3, the guy riding an X-Wing to split the ship in half with a crazy big lightsaber. Anime sometimes is about extremes, and that nailed it in an awesome moment. Yeah, and I think I like that. I think the extremes here really worked because of what happened and them fighting in space without the atmospheric pressure destroying them. And I don't know, I just think it worked. It kind of was superhero-ish, really. It made him seem like more than Jedi, which is why those Kyber crystals were so massive. All right, Star Destroyer split. When Kari is rocketing towards those Star Destroyers, ignites his lightsaber with a brand new Kyber crystal imbued in there. I kind of like how it went inside the lightsaber hilt too, and cuts that thing in half. That is a stunning moment. A really stunning moment. So I love that. I thought that was really cool. Let's see. Oh, 3 for Jamie was the scene at the end where they used a fixed still image of the Star Destroyer and moved that across the screen Ken Burns style. Ken Burns style is a great description. A great description. Number 2 for Brian. And Kara using the Force to fight over kyber crystals on the bow of the Star Destroyer. They circle the two characters to show the floating debris, then to focus on two halves of the story. Exactly. It reminded me of Ren and Rey fighting over the Skywalker lightsaber in The Last Jedi. Yep, a lot of similarities there, which I like too. Good catch. Number 2 for me, to the similarities of the characters reminded me a lot of the reverse Luke and Leia. They had followed a different path instead of the one they were originally on. Yes. And I think that's one of the reasons I like too. Another part of the duality, my number 3, is how it very much is like a funhouse mirror version of Luke and Leia. Number 2 for Ross. Kari's referencing his vision of the future. Intense references like that always make me think of Dooku Jedi Lost. Oh, interesting. It's a good connection. Number 2 for Jason. The sound effects. The growl of Am's lightsaber, the punch of Kari's X-Wing engines, and our duo's screech after Kari was force pulled from his X-Wing. Yes. Definitely. The sound on this one was out of this world. Literally and figuratively. Nicholas, the lightsaber, seeing flexible lightsabers is interesting and opens the door to all new lightsaber possibilities. Just when you can't possibly imagine a new or creative way to see a lightsaber again, we get it. Pretty neat. Mary, the droids, B20N, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but we're going to go with that. I was number 1 or a letter away from C3PO, our duo instead of R2, so clever, and love how it mirrored A New Hope. Yes, very smart episode. Again, like Minta said earlier, a rewatch definitely helped me to appreciate this one more. Ben, all the Star Wars lines and themes used, it was heavy-handed at times, but I loved it. Using a line, in a galaxy far, far away, let's punch it. You have a bad feeling about this, the twin suns at the end and duality theme, I can go on and on. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of tricky, isn't it, when they kind of go a fine line, but as far as like, you don't want to overdo it. But it was appropriate here. I guess I kind of picture myself as being this in running or working in an anime studio and having a lot of success, and then finding out I got to make a Star Wars episode of some kind. I'm sure I would probably sprinkle that in there as well, but there's definitely a balance. I get what you're saying, Ben, for sure. Blake, the protocol droid had a helmet in space. My friend and I watched it on Zoom and died laughing. It was an awesome choice to make that happen. Create a moment with my friends I remember from the night, which is so important for Star Wars. Remember small moments with family and friends. Yep, we do. We do, and that's another reason. I love that you do that. Blake watches these, or had watched him on Zoom with his buddies, and I just think that's cool. There's just a lot of charm in that, celebrating this stuff together. All right, let's get to number 1. My number 1 pick for top 5 moments from the Star Wars Visions moment, the twins. Hope. At the end, Kari is sitting on that planet. You've got the twin suns there. He's just saved his sister. As Mary said, he knows that she's alive. And he just clearly has hope. It's obviously very much homage to Luke Skywalker on Tatooine, the twin suns that we know so well. They're so iconic in Star Wars and storytelling. And seeing that moment relived here was really nice. Let's see your number 1s. Nicholas, number 1, the twins. They're both born from the dark side and are incredibly powerful. It's interesting to see what is essentially a dark side version of Luke and Leia. Yes, good. Be sure to check out, if I don't read the full comments, it just means I'm starting to lose my voice, and I want you to read what everybody's saying in the comments too. Brian's number 1, the no-look use of the Force by Kari to freeze the stun bolts in the air from the stormtroopers. It's dropped in one of the trailers. Yeah, that was awesome. I like that. I think that was mentioned earlier. That's so cool. Minta's number 1, versus Kari. The battle sequence was masterfully done. From Am's multiple arms to Kari slicing the crystal on the ship in half. I'd love to see a continuation of the story. I'd love to see that as well. Or a backstory with how they kind of were formed. Even though we do get some visuals of it. Jason, the visual effects, the gradual reveal of the twin Star Destroyers, beautiful colors surrounding the kyber crystals, and the twins playing Force tug of war. Yes. And like it echoes a hold-on maneuver that I believe Minta said earlier. Ross, Black to Bake's Anime 101 in the extremes, the massive scale of the art for the Star Destroyer interiors. So many cool effects. Special thanks to LJ for sharing his brainwaves all the way from Disney for this list. Yes, wasn't that nice of him? Mary's number 1, ditto exactly Ben's number 2. All the sayings, one-liners, speaking about hope and destiny, and even saying he's going to a galaxy far, far away. Yes, I like that touch. You don't hear that very much, but that was pretty cool. Blake, number one, the art and color palette that the studio uses. I'm so in love with how it looked. That last shot with the X-Wing and the sand is my iPad wallpaper now. That studio has an amazing flair to their stuff. Oh, cool. Good idea on your iPad. Number one for Ben, all of Am's lines and how over the top they are. Must I remind you the purpose of your birth? I'll send you back to the galaxy of dust. Felt very on point for the genre and even poetic sometimes. Yes. Very, very cool. Well, thank you, everybody. You've helped me to really appreciate this one more than I ever thought I was going to. Mary says, Blake Weaver, Trigger is one of Chaz's favorite anime studios. He loved this episode. Oh, cool. Cool, for sure. Well, tell Chaz, excellent taste. Excellent taste. Very good. Well, next week, not exactly a surprise, is it? Next week's top 5 is top 5 moments from Star Wars Visions, The Village Bride. So we are going to, gosh, look at the time. We've really done a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. So let's go ahead and jump into Ask Dan Z. Shall we, friends? Yes. I also am going to show you some cool stuff I got from Hasbro as well. Yoink. All right, so this is where you can ask me anything Star Wars related. I do want to show you a couple items that Hasbro was kind enough to send me. First, they sent me the Cantina Showdown itself. You've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ponda Baba, and Dr. Evazan, and it comes with a part of the Cantina bar itself. So I'm really struggling with this one because it's awesome. I mean, really, look at Sir Alec Guinness himself. I mean, just that alone is enough to make me display this thing. I don't usually display a lot of Black Series figures or buy a lot of Black Series figures, but this is a nice set. So I'm really debating, do I want to open this thing or does it look cool in the box? So be sure to let me know. Brian says Village Bride is one of his favorites, one of my favorites too. I love it. My favorite one probably. Mita says it was a great anime. And Ben says, not asking about speculation, but are you happy that we're going to get more Hayden Christensen? You know, I am. I actually talked about this in the cafe, and this is what I want. This is selfishly what I want out of this. So when we first saw Grogu for the first time, we didn't know. We just saw it was a baby species of Yoda. And at the end of season 2, when Luke showed up, those two moments were so surprising and so jaw-dropping. There was no hints of anything. Those things blew me away like I don't need to describe it because you all know, you were all there. You've all felt the same way. So I would have liked to have seen Anakin in the Ahsoka series and not known. That would have exploded the internet. It would have broken it. It would have been hashtagged out the wazoo. It would have been trending for sure. It would have been fantastic. I'm sure there are reasons that are beyond my knowledge and information, and I understand and respect that. I'm just saying, for me personally, I wish I didn't know. That's all I'm saying. Have I listened to the Vision soundtracks? I've been obsessed with it recently. Some real gems. I have, and I love it. And I'm trying to find the English dub version of the great tune from Tatooine Rhapsody. I haven't found that one yet on Spotify, but they've got the Japanese version. It's insanely cool. But yeah, I've been listening to soundtracks while I've been working. It's fun. Did I have a chance to see the Rancho Obi-Wan virtual gala? I did. I love it. I love Steve. He's great. We've got to have him on the show again soon. Yeah, so be sure to support that. I think you've got a couple of weeks to get online and watch the virtual tour. It was really sharp. Am I going to be binging on super scary movies this Halloween? So, interesting you mentioned that. Deanna and I have been watching some of the Halloweens. Like last year, we watched Halloween. First time I'd ever seen the original Halloween. We watched Halloween 2 and Halloween H2O last weekend. We're having a ball. I'm not a big scary movie guy, but I've been forcing myself to watch the Halloween movies because I just knew the original was a classic, and I'm a big movie buff. So I've been having a blast with them. Darren says they look good in the box. They do. And Mason, to no surprise, says, open it. It's a Jedi mind trick, but that only works on the weak-minded, Mason. Ben says, I agree. They could have just told us about him coming back in Kenobi, but not Ahsoka. That would have been like when Yoda came back in The Last Jedi. Exactly. It would have been a really nice surprise. Speaking of nice surprises, I was really surprised to get Trapper Wolf in the mail. So Trapper Wolf, of course, is Dave Filoni. I'll open this up so you can see what he looks like. But he is great. He is so good. All right, there's a close-up of him. It really looks like Dave. And on the live stream, it was funny. They told a great story about Jon Favreau being in Hasbro and him seeing the Trapper Wolf figure for the first time, and his reactions. He was FaceTiming Dave, and Dave was on a hike, and it sounded like a fun one. It sounds like those two are really great, and I've seen them together before in person. They're like brothers, man. They're just fun. So I like that little story. That's really, really great stuff. All right, speaking of great stuff, it is time to wrap things up. Minta says, be sure to check out Halloween Kills. Just saw it with my husband and blew me away. Oh, cool. Well, that's definitely on our list. We want to see that one and the one that came out in 2018 as well. I hope everybody, speaking of Halloween, I hope everybody has a fun, safe, happy, and healthy Halloween. It won't be long before we're going to go Christmas crazy at the Zara household. I can't wait for that, but we're going to enjoy Halloween in the meantime. And I've enjoyed spending time tonight with each and every one of you in CWK Live again next week. We're looking at the top 5 things you love about The Village Bride. We're going to have some Star Wars trivia again. And we'll be undoubtedly talking about a lot of the great merchandise from Bring Home the Bounty. Mary, have a great weekend as well. Blake says, good night, my CWK family. Good night, Blake. Good having you on. Ross, have a magical week. Thanks, Dan and Mason. You bet, buddy. Thanks for joining us as always. Minta, may the force be with you. Jason, great to be here with you. Have a great week. Nick, have a nice week as well. Hey, if you have any ideas of something you want Mason to review, I'm sure he would be up for it. Just let us know in the CWK Cafe, which of course is our exclusive Facebook group. I will put the logo on here for you so you can check it out if you're not familiar with that. But the CWK Cafe is family free, not family free, it's family friendly, spoiler free, drama free. We just have fun talking Star Wars, posting pictures of our collections, all that stuff. Ben, great to see you. Brian, thanks you for joining us. Great start to the week. I agree because of people like you. Andrew, have a great week as well, my friend. I will see you all next week. And remember, this is a live podcast you're looking for. Thanks again. See you next time. Happy Halloween, everybody.